Good evening. I could introduce myself, but my name doesn't really matter right now. All that matters is that I am here. I am sharing my story with you so that you may come to understand and benefit from all that I have to say. I've come to tell you about a night that took place some time ago, though it really doesn't feel long ago. It was a time when I was so tired. Not just that my body was tired, although that was definitely the case too. I went to bed tired. I woke up tired. But I also mean exhausted in my thoughts. You know, the kind that lives beneath your skin, in your energy and your mind, where you do so much but very little happens or changes, where you get a working wage and within days it's all gone, when you can't remember the last time something truly good happened for you, to you. That's the kind I had. And so, one night, I felt alone. I felt lost. Maybe even desperate. That night I walked. I just walked with no aim. Mostly just milling over thoughts in my mind. Nothing constructive. Just the same things over and over again. Some of the things were things that happened in the past. Most of the things I could do nothing about any longer. I find myself in an empty street square. It was just off a main road. I know the area pretty well. Did I mention that not much had changed in my life? Yep. I had lived in this town for all my life. Not that that's a bad thing, but I have. There used to be a functioning library here. I guess with all the cuts and everything going digital, it had been closed down. It was years since I had seen it open. It's a beautiful yet neglected building. As I moved slowly past the old black gates, I noticed that they were open. It was strange, and it caused me to pause for a moment. And then, involuntarily, I found myself pushing the stiff gate and walking up towards the stone steps. The walls were dark, aged stone. They were lit by soft lighting, and above the grand wooden doors was an inscription. I couldn't make out what it read. I had never seen that text above the door before. I pushed open the tall, dark wooden doors. The hinges creaked a little. Inside, the air smelled like parchment and something old and dusty, and yet it appeared clean. The smell created in me a feeling of time, the past. As I stepped further inside, it was apparent that this was no ordinary library. It wasn't how I remembered it, though. An image flashed in my mind of a time that I had used this place when I was studying for my school exams. My family was large and noisy, and I came here often then for some peace and to be provided the time to study. I needed desperately to pass my exams. I was so desperate, but I failed them. All of them except art. The library didn't look like this then. Now it appeared to stretch in every direction. Endless rows of books lined the shelves above the marble floor. This was no place for a person to study. This was a place of serenity and reverence. I immediately felt alert and revived. I slowly moved around this vacant place, and as I turned the corner, I heard gentle, slow footsteps coming from behind me. As I turned, I see a librarian. She nodded hello to me, but she remained silent. She had dark hair and a pretty, almost innocent face, but something about her seemed worldly too, wise. Can't really explain how. I think it was her eyes, so deep and kind. She didn't ask me what I was looking for or why I was in the library, but she handed me a book. I find myself looking from her face and expression to the book and back again. The book is heavy and thick, and the cover is embossed in gold. It looked lovely. The woman still stood in front of me, waiting patiently. I opened the cover. The first few pages of the book were blank. I turned a few more pages. Still blank. Or at least they looked blank. The librarian smiled and guided me to a chair by an arched window. My curiosity shifted to confusion. What was going on? I felt fine. I wasn't frightened. I didn't feel unsafe. Just a bit weirded out. All the same, I followed her lead. As I followed her, my gaze shifted momentarily to a window above the chair. There were stars scattered amongst the sky, dozens of them. They were breathtaking. They flickered and shone, and I felt connected to them in that moment. So anyway, I sat down where the librarian pointed, and I waited for a moment. I looked at her. She remained beside me, eyes alive and filled with words that she would not speak. I looked away from her and focused on the book. I turned the first page. As I did, words began to appear, written in elegant, italic font. Not all at once, just one line, then another, and another. I was so blown away that I lost sight of everything else around me. I wasn't even able to read the words at first. It may sound crazy or dumb or whatever, but I started opening my eyes wide, thinking, this can't really be happening. I can't really be seeing this. I even rubbed my eyes like some cartoon character, but it continued to happen. When I adjusted, I saw the words that made sentences. I started to read them. The sentences displayed messages that I hadn't thought about in a long time. I had gotten eaten up by the hustle and bustle of life and its worries, my struggles, my desperation, my helplessness. I fell in life's trap, reality, and not what I wanted or expected. But these words reminded me of what I already knew. These words resonated with me, with my very core. What I lost sight of, what I had forgotten. And how did I forget this? This was once my anchor. It had changed my mindset. When I applied the principles, I had gone from one mere exam pass to 2 degrees, a great job, a wonderful family and home. How did I forget this and lose my way so badly? The words wrote before my eyes.
You can remember a time when you felt hopeful, and you can welcome that feeling back, little by little. It's safe for you to believe in possibility again.
I turned the page.
You can open the door to receive, even if it's just a little today.
Again, I turn the page and watch as the words magically write themselves.
You're remembering your power,
remember
slowly,
slowly,
gently,
gently,
and with grace.
and with grace.
You've seen your full
I
power
have seen
before,
my full power before,
and it hasn't gone.
It hasn't gone.
It's still within
It's
you.
still within me.
Every thought you
Every
shift
thought
is
I
a step
shift
closer to who you
is a
truly
step
are.
closer to who I truly
Tiny
am.
shifts create
Tiny
big
shifts
changes.
create big
You
changes.
can honor every
I can
small
honor
step.
every small step.
It's okay to begin again.
It's okay
You
to
can
begin
begin
again.
again. Right
I
here,
can begin again.
right now.
Right here, right
There is
now.
no rush, just alignment.
There is
One
no
peaceful
rush,
breath at a time.
just alignment. One peaceful breath at a time.
You don't need proof to believe.
I don't need proof to believe. I only need to feel the truth in my heart. The universe still speaks to me in symbols, in whispers, in synchronicity.
Pay attention.
Pay attention.
You are never alone.
I am never alone, and I never will be.
The more you allow, the more you remember.
The more I allow, the more I will remember who I truly am.
You have to force. Only what you allow.
There is nothing I have to force, only to allow. I can trust that things are unfolding, even if I don't understand how or exactly when. The current is always carrying me forward, even in the quiet. The more I relax, allow, and believe, the more I will receive. I am becoming more aligned with who I truly am. When I relax, everything flows better. I remember that life is meant to be easy. What is mine flows to me when I stop chasing and start trusting. I hold the faith. I was never meant to struggle. I was meant to align. My job isn't to control, it's to feel, to allow, to follow joy. Even when I do nothing, the universe is still working on my behalf. My energy is magnetic. I attract exactly what I align with. I watch my thoughts and feelings, good and bad. They are creating. I am a powerful creator. I create from how I feel. I choose thoughts that feel better because I am worthy of feeling good. Everything I desire is already in motion. I am aligned, I am ready, and I am open to receive. My life is unfolding in miraculous ways. I don't need to know how. I am connected to something greater, and it flows through me always. I create with ease, just by aligning with joy. My life is always moving towards something beautiful, but only if I let it. My work is not to force, but to allow. I can trust that things are unfolding, even when I cannot see them. My job is to let it in, with belief and allowing. I just trust it will happen. Feel it as if it has already happened. Act as if it has already happened. I line up with it. I don't know how long I sat there for. Time didn't seem to move inside the library. Or maybe I was the one who stopped moving. stop my thoughts of lack and loss. But eventually, I closed the book. And just before I did, one final message appeared on the last page. You
are not lost.
You
are being guided. Listen and feel.
I looked up. The librarian smiled again kindly, knowingly. She took the large book, hugged it across her chest, and speaking for the first time, she whispered, "It will be here if you ever need another reminder." And then I left. Not the same as when I arrived. Something inside me had softened. I didn't need all the answers. I only needed trust and belief in myself, the universe, and the process. And so now, as I sit here, I feel that quiet knowing again, the peace that comes from letting go, the gentle truth that life is still working even when I rest. I don't need to fix anything. I don't need to rush. I only need to allow. I take my time, and regularly I breathe in softly and slowly and exhale slowly. Before bed I trust. At nights I sleep. Tomorrow I listen. Tomorrow I feel. I am guided. I am supported. I am alive. Thank you, thank you, thank you.